Like they don't get tired. Nobody wants a dick in their mouth every day. Like it just is what it is, and that's what I tell him.
Well, now speak for yourself. Don't tease it.
Beep, beep, toot, toot. Hey, good people. It's your Alabama church girl here. First, giving honor to God, who is the head of my life. To all the leaders, saints, friends, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Get on in here. Let's have a wonderful conversation on this evening about love and marriage. Huntsville, this is a culture conversation, y'all. This is a culture conversation. I need to know, did we all agree on this? Did we all agree on this type of behavior, how we interact in relationships, whether it is friendships, whether it's our interpersonal relationships with our person? I just need to know. The title of this episode is Waiting to Ex-Wife. This is season 8, episode 5 of Love and Marriage Huntsville, right here in the best state of Alabama. And I want to jump on into this conversation. All right. So tonight, I'm solo dolo. It's just me and you. All right, so we're here, and this episode starts out where it left off on last week with Destiny and Moses having a sit down. Now, we know from earlier episodes that this sit down was encouraged by Martell and Marceau. Not Martell, excuse me, Maurice and Marceau. Maurice was the one that was really pushing forward, thinking that, okay, if you would sit down with her and she gives her blessings, that you'll get that sign off saying it's okay for you to go and date her former producer. It's okay for you to go and marry her former friend. But I need to know if this is okay. First of all, Maurice, I think you were dead wrong in this. This sit down was not necessary. Y'all, please excuse me. Bumping the desk here. This sit down was not necessary. It was not needed. And Moses thought he was going to come in there and start something. And Destiny came in there to finish something. So the saying goes that relationships, the way you start a relationship is the way it's going to end. So apparently Destiny and Moses have known each other for over 15 years. They, in Destiny's terms, in this sit down, he was the one that spun the block. So that means that they had something before. And here he comes back into her life after her divorce from the chicken man. And this type of situation is not foreign to me. So I get her perspective. Destiny was coming out of a divorce, coming off of a divorce. Now she's a single mom. This is a different Destiny from what he knew before. And if anybody has ever been through marriage and divorce, I personally will tell my husband, my new husband, every single day, I'm never going through another divorce, because divorce is like hell. going through a divorce is literally like experiencing death, except the grief is much harder to deal with because the person that basically died out of your life is still alive. They're still walking around. And a lot of times they still give you aggravation and agitation in your life. So, and that's exactly what's happening with Destiny. As we see and we know, her ex-husband keeps putting her in jail, keeps bothering her. Y'all, please excuse the way that I look tonight. I'm on vacation. It is what it is. You get what you're gonna get. Me and all the forehead are out here today having a good time. We've just come off of the sandy beaches of the Bahamas, and baby, I'm on vacation. So anywho, back to Destiny and Moses. This sit down, Destiny, basically, as you see the definition on the screen, it's a get to know your status. You get to know your status with me. Happy Pride, by the way. These definitions come from I'm borrowing them from the LGBTQ community, but we're going to apply what they essentially mean to these heterosexual relationships. Anywho, so Destiny is out here, a new woman. She has to get to know herself too. That's the other thing about going through a divorce. After you have aligned yourself and joined yourself in a marriage, you become a totally different person. So now after that divorce, you got to get to know that solo dolo person for yourself before you can actually introduce that person and fully engage another person to who you are now. So with that being stated, Moses thinks that it's a flex to tell Destiny that you were going through financial trouble and emotional trouble, basically as if he was trying to throw off on her. Excuse me, there are plenty of us. In fact, the statistics show that over 50% of the US of A that get married go through a divorce. So there are plenty of us that understand the position that Destiny was in. I got to rebuild my life because it's been torn down to the ground, and I'm rebuilding it with a whole nother person on my hip and on my back. I got to carry this. And for a new mom, that baby means everything. So forget, yes, I'm still a woman. Yes, I still enjoy the presence and the company of a man. Thank you guys for joining. Make sure you hit that like button as you're coming in. But yes, I still enjoy the company and the presence of a man. And hey, I know you. So you're somebody that's familiar to me, Moses. So yes, I enjoy being with someone that I'm familiar with already versus going out to get to know a whole new person. But you're never going to come before my child and my responsibilities to my child. And basically that's what Destiny was telling him in this sit down. They're meeting up and Moses is trying to flex like, well, you ain't have enough money to come see me. Basically, he ain't say it in that manner, but I'm paraphrasing because that's what he meant. He said it without saying it. Okay. So basically he was saying, well, you couldn't keep up with me and the life that I was living and the things that I wanted to do. So I had to move on, but I moved on without telling you. I moved on with someone that you were associated with, almost in friendship with. And I didn't tell you about it. So let's get to know the status. Who's at fault in this situation? Y'all drop down in the comments and let me know who you think was at fault. Was it Destiny's fault that this situation ended up like this, or was it Moses's? Because in my opinion, Moses, you dead wrong. You are a buster. So anywho, Destiny is explaining, hey, you told me, and obviously they had an arrangement where he was bearing the expense of her traveling from, I guess, Atlanta or Alabama to Missouri to visit with him. And at some point she asked, well, can you come from Missouri to Alabama to visit me? He did not return the favor. Well, We also know Destiny says she was going to visit him in Missouri, but we also know from previous episodes that Miss Nell said that she recalls Destiny going to visit Moses a lot in their relationship. So they had a strong bond. So anywho, Moses is throwing off, and he basically just let it be known. He not only let her know, but he let the whole public that is watching this show, hundreds of thousands of people that watch this show, know that, hey, I moved on to what I thought was a bigger deal, who happens to be Sonny. Okay, well, Destiny says, all right, well, what I'm hearing from you is that you wanted me to be your girlfriend. Excuse me, you wanted me to treat you as if you were my girlfriend. And basically, I needed to pursue you and step up to your plate. Now, this begs the question, because this clip was sent out. And as I was traveling with my son and his girlfriend, my son happens to come across this clip when she tells him that you wanted me to treat you as if you were my girlfriend. So my son, who just turned 20, that's what we were celebrating in the Bahamas. Happy birthday, AJ. Anywho, my 20-year-old son gets in his little masculine feelings. And he's like, well, this is what's wrong with the women today. All right, women. As his mama, you know, I had to step into this conversation. He was like, she just emasculated him. Basically, she's tearing him down and want a lot of women, young women, I'm assuming his age, want men to basically pay their way. I had to get in here and make some corrections. Hold on. And I need to know, this is a culture conversation, because we're in a new day and age. And I like literally just a couple of hours ago, shared a clip where this historian is telling the fact that women, for the most part, have always been property and not considered humanity. The humanity of a woman was not considered until the 1970s. Women were considered property of their dads and then handed over as property to their husbands. And let's not, the conversation about property to a wife has never even been considered until recently. And I mean, very recently. So anywho, with women being considered as property, men basically bought women. So yes, there are some women that still hold on to those antiquated ways, who feel like, hey, if I'm going to be your everything and your all, you got to pay my way. That ain't my type of relationship. That's not the type of relationship that I want to have. But clearly there are some women in this world who want to have that type of relationship. Correct me if I'm wrong. Please drop down in the comments and correct me if I'm wrong. Yes, there are some women who out here who want to be bought. Old women and young women alike. Yes, this is a traditional, this is a patriarchal, this is an antiquated way of thinking. But it still is a thought that still prevails today in 2024. There are some women out here who still want to be bought. They want to be able to say, I'm a stay-at-home wife, and I basically do what my man wants me to do. I'm here for my man. Okay, that ain't the type of relationship that I want. My relationship that I choose is to have an equal opportunity. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm experiencing a little itchiness in my throat. But anywho, my desire is for equal opportunity. I want equality in my relationship. What does that mean, Val? Well, equality in the relationship from my perspective is, hey, my husband, he works. Yes, he does. And he takes good care of the household. But guess what? I work too. And I contribute as well to the household. I don't want you to take care of everything for me. I've been in that situation. And what my divorce taught me is that when it was time for me to step up and speak up for my humanity, it was assumed that I had no voice and I was out of order and out of line for speaking up in defense of my humanity, because you've been bought. Your property. Property doesn't speak. Property cannot stand up for itself in court. So I learned from that situation, oh no, we will never do this again. Never do this again. This is just me. This is just Val. You get to choose what type of relationship you want. But what you need to know from the beginning is know your status. Entering into that relationship, you should know your status. And obviously, with this situation with Moses and Destiny, they had an arrangement, they had an agreement, and Moses decided that he wanted to bail out on the contract after so long. Not only did he ditch it, he totally ditched the contract and left her high and dry, thinking she was still in a relationship with him, and he went on and got married to someone else, got a whole new contract going on. Now, but with that being said, it appears to me that Moses has entered this relationship with Sonny, and he is the bought one. He is the property at this point. Because after he leaves this situation, he leaves to sit down with Destiny. Moses goes over to his wife and has a sit down with her. Now I did notice that he changed shirts and all. He came to the table with Destiny in a white tee, but then he shows up with his wife in a long sleeve black tee. And what we also find out when he goes to visit his wife is that he conveniently left his marriage. He conveniently left his wedding ring and forgot to wear it at his sit down with Destiny. Didn't we talk about how cute Destiny was looking when she came to meet with him? Okay. Well, with this sit down with his wife, Sonny, all I could see was LSE. What do you mean LSE, Alabama church girl? What is LSE? Is that some type of drug? Well, to me, it could be considered a drug. People are getting real high off this LSE. And they're getting high off the LSE because it's so low. It takes them in a low place. So they feel like they put up all these defenses and they are just controlling for no reason because it is to mask their LSE. What is LSE? Low self-esteem. And that's all I could hear as Sonny was talking. Even the look on her face. Don't y'all see her face? Don't that look real LSE? That don't look loving at all. And look at Moses' face when he sits down with her. He does not look like, I'm in love with this woman, I'm finna eat her up. That don't look like, that's not the look of, I'm finna eat her up. Girl, where are the groceries? Turn them over to me. That's not the look I'm getting from Moses in this picture. What I see from Moses is I have been bought with a price. And I got to report back to my leader. And the leader is full of LSE, low self-esteem. She didn't ask, she wasn't concerned. Even when he told her, that he forgot to wear his wedding ring, she really didn't seem like she was extremely bothered by that. What she was more so concerned with, well, how was Destiny looking? Why you need to know that, girlfriend? You know Destiny's cute. All of us know she cute. It doesn't even matter what she had on. So why are you asking, what did she have on? Did she wear heels? Bothered. Let's get out the ironing board, because I feel like Sonny is a little pressed. Girl. What? This your man. This is the one that you were up here jumping up and down on the screen, on the stage, screaming about. Beep, beep, toot, toot. Hey, girlfriend, checking in. This is the one that you were on Carlos King's stage, just screaming and hollering and acting all wild and carrying on. Because that's your man. That's your man. He's in love with you, right? So if he's so full of love and he's so in love with you, what does it matter what somebody else got on? Because when you got it going on, girl, it doesn't matter what the next woman is wearing. It doesn't matter if she got on heels. It doesn't matter if she's standing butt naked in front of him. When his eyes are only for you. But are they? because you were the one who told everybody. You were the one who made the announcement that Mr. Moses was in relationship with plenty other people before he came into this relationship with you. That allegedly Destiny was the side chick and you decided to take over the role. Miss Sunny, open your eyes, baby. The red flags are flying. Yeah. So, anywho, Sunny is asking, well, what did she have on? What was she looking like? She probably even asked him what she smelled like. I don't know. But what I do understand is Sunny was definitely showing us what a pick-me is. She gave us the perfect depiction of what a pick-me is. In fact, she even said it in the confessional that I know, or I think as the clip was going off, she even stated, I know you love me because you picked me out of all the rest of them. So you understood he had a harem. he had a whole troop. He had a whole squad. And you were just the one he chose. You bought him, baby. You bought him. That's your property now. And he's reporting back to you, ma'am. What we're waiting with bated breath to see what becomes of this, because it does not look good. How you enter that relationship is how it's going to end as well. And I don't see it. It didn't come in well. You didn't enter this well at all. You didn't mind your sisterhood business. You didn't do right by your sister girlfriend. You didn't do right by him either. Because if you were really concerned about him, you would have allowed him the space to heal from Destiny. They got long relationship. That's why she was able to sit there in front of his face, full face, pretty face, cute face, by the way. Where your lashes at, Sonny? Where your lashes? And why your wig ain't right, Sonny? I mean, I can do this because I'm on vacation and I'm just a regular sitting in my house. But you're on TV and you've been doing TV. You produce TV. So we definitely expect you to come produced, Sonny. Where your lashes at? Why did you even allow Destiny to come to the scene looking better than you? I'm just saying. Let me get up off Sonny. Because I do feel like this is a young woman who has a lot of potential, but she doesn't understand the glory and the power that she has within. There's something in Sunny that is not allowing her to love herself to the fullest. And I want better for her. I really, really do. I really, really do. We're waiting on this drama because, that's what this reality TV is about the drama of it all. But if I were your girlfriend and I had association with you, I would really tell you and talk to you to be better for yourself. Because at the end of the day, the best relationship you're going to have and the most powerful relationship you're going to have in your life is the one with yourself. And at the end of the day, you're the one that's going to have to look at that man in the mirror. I'm just saying. All right, so we're moving forward. Relationships. This whole episode was waiting to ex-wife. And we don't know if Moses is going to ex-wife Sunny, but we'll see. We'll wait on it. But relationships. We move forward to Tisha getting into relationship with Tricia. She's met Tricia. Tricia has a banging body. Tricia is a gym rat. Tricia is goals. She is gym girl goals. So her body is snatched. And Tisha said, I want a little bit of that. Tisha is showing us that I ain't got no low self-esteem. I don't care nothing about what you got going on with anybody else. I just need you to train me. That's all I want. Hey, can we be friends? Can you at least be my friend in that? To train me. So Tisha meets up. Excuse me, y'all. I'm so sorry. Tisha meets up with Tricia in the gym. And remember, Stormy told us Tricia goes hard in the gym. Stormy was like, Courtney was very adamant. We cannot work out with them. With Tarzan and Jane, oh no, we can't do it because they go too hard. I'll be wore out and I won't be able to wear you out. We can't make this backseat baby, Stormy, if we go work out with them. So, but Tisha says, hey, I'm up for it. I'm up for the challenge. So Tisha goes to meet up with Tricia. And is it just me? This is the first time we see them have an actual conversation. This is the first time that we see them engaging and talking about the other cast members and the other ladies that are a part of this show. Well, is it just me, or did it seem like Latricia was trying to get into some mess? What was the purpose of her mentioning that she met with Stormy and she was trying to fill Tisha out? What was the purpose of you mentioning that? Unless you were just trying to be messy. Were you trying to push a button? Because I think you failed to realize that Tisha has been in counseling and her buttons are pretty stable right now. They're pretty sturdy too. So even if you push them, you're not going to get the same reaction that you probably would have got in season 1. I don't know if you've gotten with a certain infamous executive producer and they've tried to put a bug in your ear, letting you know, well, if you say this will get under her skin. Tisha has grown up. She has shown us a lot of growth from where we saw her season 1 to where she is today. In fact, where we saw her season 5 to where she is today, Tisha has shown a lot of growth. Now, what I do agree with that Latricia said about Tisha is definitely one of the cutest on this show. Definitely. Well, all the ladies are beautiful. Not to say anything about anyone else, but Tisha is just really cute. She's a really pretty lady. But she wants to get her body together. So she's up for this challenge and she begins to work out with Latricia. Tricia is always running to these hot, almost aggressive, borderline violent emotions. It's like, I don't know what's wrong with her, but somebody need to take her to one of them smash rooms and let her just bang on the wall or something and get out all her aggression. She needs to join the military. That's what she needs to do. I need her to be in the Marine Corps. In fact, she needs to go ahead and let's go to the Navy. In fact, yeah, let's go to the Navy, be a Navy SEAL and just war it out, girl. Just war it out, because you are having a strong battle and it's an inward one. You are showing outward expressions of aggression, but it's an inward battle that you're having. We don't know what's going on. Tisha tries to start asking her about her family dynamics, and Latricia was struggling to try to explain what's going on with her family. And what do you think we're going to get from that, Latricia? I know you got to be smart enough to, of course, you are mature in age. I'm hoping that you are mentally mature enough to understand that everything that you say on this show is going to be received by a messenger, and we, the audience, it's going to be received on the other end. We, the audience, are hearing what you're saying, and when it doesn't make sense as it's coming out of your lips, it doesn't make sense when it hits our ears. So she's like, well, I'm not quite divorced yet, and then Tisha says, well, oh, so you're still married? And she was like, well, my new about to be, soon to be, girl, what you got going on? And can we get it corrected and regulated? We're waiting on you to be ex-wifed. And I'm with Tisha. Tisha said, sound like your husband don't want to divorce you, because Everybody knows in our community, when a man don't want a woman, he get gone real quick. And if he's not wanting to sign the papers, something is up with it. And Tarzan has reason to be concerned. Tisha says in her confessional, she was like, girlfriend, it sounds like your husband don't want to be divorced. And I'm in agreement with it. I think Tisha is onto something here, because what is going on? It almost sounds like Latricia don't want to be divorced either. Does she want her cake and she wants to eat it too? I don't know. She got one man and another man, and what is going on, girl? Clearly she's been with Tarzan for some time now. They're living together, and she's showing us in this episode that her kids, he's involved with her kids, but you ain't quite trying to let go of the husband. What's going on? Tarzan wants to be starting something with you, but you ain't finished what you started over there. How you enter the relationship is how you will exit it. I'm just saying. So we're moving forward. My good girlfriend Stormy invites Martell and Latricia over to her house. Stormy is having a Lovers and Friends event, and she wants it to be very sensual and sexy. She has some barely, scantily clothed models that will be at this event, and she needs more male models. So we learned that she invited Martell and Latricia over because she wants to ask them to be models in her event. Both of them have nice bodies, so this is understandable. Good girlfriend Stormy. Don't Stormy look good? Girl, Stormy is hot, too hot to try. I know she says she wants to lose some more weight, but Stormy, you're looking good, girl. So she invites Latricia over. She wants Latricia to be one of her models, but her and Latricia are sitting on the couch talking. Martell rings the doorbell. He comes in and introduces himself to Latricia. And she's looking like, I know he did. And we looking like, and Stormy is over here, me and Stormy over here looking like, is one of your skeletons about to fall out the closet, Latricia? I know you said you got 2 closets full of skeletons. Is Martell one of them skeletons in your closet, girl? That's what I was looking at. That's what I was thinking. Yeah. So what do y'all think? The question is out here now. Some feel that Martell was trying to make it seem as if there was something with him and between him and Latricia. But by the mere fact that Latricia lets us know that she got angry when he did not acknowledge that he knew her, makes me think, Now, if he was just an associate and you just happen to go to school with his brother, it would not matter. I don't get angry. I don't run to anger for stuff that don't matter to me. But if you knocked on my uterus and now you act like you don't know me, then yeah, I might get a little upset. I might get a little bit perturbed because clearly you know what my cervix feels like. And don't sit here and try to act like you don't. You better hug me like we're good friends or something. That's what it sounded like to me. Y'all, tell me, drop down in the comments, let me know. Did you get that? Did you feel like something had happened between the two of them or no? And then on top of that, it may have, this is just me thinking out loud, okay? I read between lines, okay? And sometimes I get it right. Most of the time I get it right. But sometimes I don't. So you can disagree with me if you want to. I'm okay with that. You can add more context to this conversation if you want to. I definitely will encourage that. But Martell even says when she began to try to date back how far they knew each other, Martell shuts her down and says, "Oh, you don't have to tell the timeline." So could she have possibly been during his marriage to the infamous? I mean, they're both gym rats. I'm sure they've run into each other in the gym. Huntsville is not that big. In fact, it's quite small. It's growing, but it's still quite small. And then the Black community in Huntsville is not that large either. That's how we can find out that Tricia, this new lady, is family to Nell in this scene. But what do y'all think? Do you think that possibly Martell and Tricia got skeletons in each other's closet? I'm just saying. When you don't know and it's undefined what your sexual behavior is with one another, if it's not made public, it might be in the closet. And I think they might have some skeletons in each other's closet. I'm just saying. Anywho, moving forward. So that Stormy is over here looking like, I don't know what they got going on, but something don't smell right. This is not passing the smell test to me. Stormy said, I know what smooth as butter look like, and right now they don't look too smooth to me. In fact, it's looking a little crunchy, a little Nestle crunchy over here. What in the whole world? This is weird in my own house, making me feel awkward in my own house. You know, when there is tension between partners, it's palpable. When they enter the room together, yeah, the energy changes. It gets thick, it gets tense. I can remember a certain time in college, me and my high school sweetheart had high school sweethearts turned into college sweethearts. And I remember we were having this event, and at the time I was on the SGA. We were having this event on the yard. I was on the SGA, so I had a station out at this event, and I'm standing there, and another male friend of mine was standing out there too. I don't remember what group we were in together, but I know it may have been the Baptist Convention. I don't know, but we were in some other organization together. So he was standing there. This male friend was standing there talking to me. And my high school sweetheart and I, who had recently broken up, he walked up to the station. And this male friend did not know that we ever had a relationship together, but the tension was there. When I say we had recently broke up, I mean, it was like a couple of weeks. But anywho, the tension was there. And when the high school sweetheart walks off, the friend was like, I was like, yeah, yeah, I couldn't deny it because, them energies know each other. It's still there. Them soul ties be tied. They be tied. They be locked up like this hair. They be tied, baby. And yeah, that's what I was feeling. And I'm pretty sure that's what my good girlfriend Stormy was feeling too. We were sitting on the couch like, it's something in this atmosphere, and it ain't these roses on this floor. Anywho, we're gonna move on forward because the infamous had a conversation. And just so y'all know, tonight I'm not gonna give her too much grief. I got a little bit of grief for her. I'm not going to give her too much grief. Tonight, I stand as an ally with the infamous. The infamous has a self-care event with her girlfriends. And this is the way you do it, honestly. Getting over a divorce is a long, hard process. When I went through counseling after my divorce, I recall the counselor stating that the length of time that you were married, it takes at least half of that time to actually get over and go through the grieving process of the relationship, to get over the relationship that you were in. So from what I believe, the Infamous and Martell were married 12 years, or together 12, somewhere between 12 and 14 years. So it may take 6 or 7 years for the Infamous to get over that relationship. And then you're not just going into a new relationship by yourself. They have kids. And on top of that, now you have an ex-husband that causes enough agitation, angst, and grief in your current life that you have to make it known to the new relationship that, hey, I have this going on. Are you willing to deal with this and work through this with me? The way you enter the relationship is how it's going to end up. You got to be able to be upfront and honest from the beginning. So we're sitting here in this event with the Infamous, and as I stated, I was an ally with her. Her girlfriends, I just want to show this picture. They were sitting around the table looking cute in their pink. She had apparently a decorator came in and set out the place settings for the girlfriends. They had the balloons with the pictures hanging with the images of her and her girlfriends. It was a happy room. It was a happy decor to make you feel good and to surround yourself with people that you know love you. That's a beautiful way to help you get over a negative situation. I was with her. I felt her. I could identify with her. I felt a sisterhood in knowing how that feels to, hey, I need to surround myself with my friends. And a lot of times, honestly, when you're coming out of a bad marriage, a toxic situation, those relationships with your girlfriends become the strongest bonds in your life, even beyond your family. Because remember, when you get married, you're not just marrying the person, you marry their family and they marry your family. So some of your family may still have love for that person. And then because you have kids, you want them to still have love for that person. You want them to still have relationship with that person, because the co-parenting is not just between the two of you, it's with you and the family members as well. So, I can recall leaning on my girlfriends heavy. Like, I really had to learn how to live life all over again and figure this thing out. And now I got this kid, and I wanted to have girlfriends that had kids as well, so we can have play dates. So it didn't always work out like that. Then you had to weigh which girlfriends are the better ones to hang out with, and at their age and stage in life. Not that they weren't good people, but we're at different ages and stages, and who can really carry this weight with me. And that's what Moses was trying to tell Destiny. He was no longer willing to do. Where he failed was he didn't have the mature conversation with her to let her know that he was no longer willing to carry the weight of that previous relationship. It does come with baggage. It does. It just does. So Melody is smart enough to understand that as I progress to something different, I have some standards, of course, but I also have to make sure that this is someone that if I'm entering into this relationship, that they understand the situation that I'm coming with. I'm not coming to a new relationship all by myself. I'm not solo dolo. What does she call it? Her 4 little chicken nuggets or something like that, she says. Anywho, I stand as her ally in this. But this is where I got to give her a little grief. As her girlfriends are sitting and picking over the choices that they have brought to her table, to possibly be in a relationship with, they made a statement regarding her friends, her other friends. You know, you got your inner circle and you got your outer circle. And I wasn't sure, I could not agree with this. And I need to know, this is a culture conversation. Do we ask our friends when we come out of a marriage or relationship? Sometimes long-term relationships have the same dilemma. When we come out of that relationship with our partner, where we have developed friendships together, we have long-standing relationships with other couples, do we ask them to pick a side, my side or my partner's side? And if you continue a relationship with my ex-partner, then you can no longer have a relationship with me. Is that something that we're asking of our friendships and our associates? Because I didn't agree with that. And I'm going to tell you why. When I was married to my son's father, I moved from my home state where I knew people knew me, and I moved to a state with him. In fact, we bounced around for a minute. He was in the military. So I moved to the state with him, and the friends that he had became friends of mine as well. I also made some other relationships outside of the friends that he already had. But whenever we separated, those friends did show me some acts of kindness at certain situations, because we were back and forth for a while. But our drama can be draining on our friends as well. And I understood that. So when they backed away, I did not have to ask them to pick a side. I decided that I'm going to move back to my home state, and whoever continues to call and check on me, we can continue a friendship. But the ones who don't, they've already chosen, and I'm okay with it. That was my perspective. And even if we had made those friendships at the same time, I still would have moved. I believe I would have moved in the same manner. That I'm not going to ask anyone to pick a side. I'm not. I think I would allow it to organically happen, whatever direction, because I don't want to force someone to be involved and entangled in my drama. And it was very dramatic. It was very dramatic. I shared some things with you guys before. I got one amen. Hey, hallelujah. Thank you, friend. But I've shared some things of how dramatic it was. I mean, the police knew us by name. Even the military police, the court system. It was a lot going on. But I honestly didn't want the drama. And it was pretty embarrassing for me to even have to explain the drama to anyone else. So I didn't want them to pick a side. I didn't want to have to talk about it. I didn't want to have to deal with it. I don't want to have to explain, it was embarrassing. So anywho, I'm going to get up off of it. But I did not agree. I want to know from you, how do you feel? Should you ask your friends to pick a side or no? So we'll move on. And I'm going to get off the infamous. See, I don't always give the infamous grease. I can stand as an ally in certain situations. When I see good, I'm going to call the good out. Just like when I see bad, I'm going to call it out as well. So moving forward, we go to Tarzan and Jane's house. And Ken is ready to move to the next step in their relationship. But the same way we were asking if the infamous could pick a side, or one of her folks to pick a side, I want to ask Tricia why you hadn't picked a side. Now, this is a place where you can pick sides. What do you want to do? All my black girlfriends that's on the line, tell me, how often and how easy is it for you to find a man as chocolate and as chiseled as Mr. Tarzan, who is cooking for you and buying you diamond bracelets and proclaiming to everybody around him that he wants to marry you? How often, how easy is it for these chocolate and chiseled men to come by? Because I don't think it is. I was single for a long time before I got married again. Now, I didn't come by some chocolate and chiseled men. I have to say, hallelujah. They look good, but they ain't got good sense. They can't make up their mind. They don't understand that I'm not your toy thing. You know, this man says, lady, I'm ready to marry you. And Tricia cannot pick a side. Love is love, Tricia. And everybody deserves an opportunity to have the love of their life and seal the deal with a contract. But you standing in limbo with your kid's father is leaving this man out here on a limb. I mean, I know I know we call him Tarzan, and that's Tarzan's thing, is to grab a limb, swing from limb to limb. But honey, that gets old quickly. He gonna find him somebody else. He might find you. We calling you Jane, because Jane was matching in them leotards. But he might find him a big booty Judy, and move on forward. I just need you to understand, Tricia, you're gonna have to pick a side. And y'all, please tell me why this lady cannot, if she's in love with him. Now that's the question right there. Love is love, but are you in love, Tricia? Because clearly he's showing signs as if he is in love with you. He's even willing to put up with all this aggression that you keep showing and displaying. Even at the table, this man has cooked you dinner and brought you a diamond bracelet for your birthday, and you over here talking about, I want to watch some killing movies on TV. What is wrong with this lady? What is wrong? I remember a time in my life where I wanted to watch the crime channel all day, every day. And I watched, what's that show? Snapped all day, every day. But that was at the same time in my life when I literally did go bust somebody's windows up, and it was not healthy. Remember, we talked about mental health matters. And I had to go get some help to get my life together. Because all that aggression ain't good for you. And it definitely ain't going to be good for your kids if you start acting out in all that aggression and keep feeding your spirit all that negativity and toxicity. It's only going to make you more toxic, Tricia. Do you really want to be a better person? I want the best for you. I want the best for each and every person on this show, because y'all from Alabama. I do. But do you want the best for you, Tricia? Because what I'm seeing and what you're displaying does not seem that way. It seems like you want to ride that thriller life. And it is bound to be bad. We were joking last week about how many people are on this show have been behind bars. I'd hate to see you add to the collection of mugshots. You have some beautiful babies that you need to have your life for. And let me just clarify, that's the thing that right there, that one piece in fact was what made me get myself together. I can't be out here going crazy over no man. I got a child that I love with my whole life, and I got to get myself together. Yeah, so I hope you find it within yourself and love yourself and love your kids enough to say, I got to get myself together. Ain't no pain worth it. And it looks like possibly you probably just need to be by yourself. Because I don't know, y'all tell me how you feel and what did you see. But it seems to me as if Tricia really wants to just thought and bot. She might want to get a piece of Martell and his brother too. She might want to just be out here letting it, letting the gym work for her. That's what it seems like to me. But you tell me. But he is waiting for you to be the ex-wife so that he can make you his new wife. We're waiting not to exhale, but to ex-wife. And I don't know how long Ken is going to continue to wait. It seemed like when you mentioned that Martell situation, his patience got thin. And you're going to find yourself by default by yourself. And it ain't going to feel as good when it's by default. I just want you to understand, you got the upper hand right now. You can be the one to make the decision for yourself. But you keep playing around, and I think Tarzan is going to make the decision for you. And girl, you really going to be shamed and embarrassed when he's out here thotting and bopping in Huntsville with somebody else. And guess what? I be up in Huntsville all the time, girl. And I'm going to be taking pictures. I'm going to come back right back here and tell the story, okay, of how I seen Tarzan. And he had another woman on his hand. Okay? All right. Amen. Listen, I have had a great time reviewing this show. Drop down in the comments. Let me know what your thoughts are. Your thoughts don't have to be my thoughts, and your ways don't have to be my ways. But what I see, all these relationships are jacked up. And have y'all noticed, Tisha and Marceau ain't talking too much about their own relationship. They talk about everybody else's situation. And Maurice and Kimmy is trying to give it a break. They try to woo-saw off of last season. I see you. I see y'all for your words. Maurice got a whole lot going on personally. But Kimmy said, oh, thank God y'all ain't talking about me. Anywho, Stormy is working overtime too. Now, Mr. Kevin, I don't know where you are, but I hope you're on the replay. I noticed you said last week that Stormy was producing. Well, I definitely saw Stormy producing tonight. And, I kind of am happy to see it, Kevin. Anywho, I have enjoyed you guys. Please drop down in the comments. Make sure as you're exiting that you like the video. Thank you very much. Let everyone know that they can stop by over here with the Alabama Church Girl to get good conversation, culture conversation on what we're doing as a people. We talk about the taboo topics of the Black church and the Black community over here. What are we doing as a people? Or is this going to be our new norm? Is this how we behave in our community, in our culture? I mean, Alabama, we do some backwards stuff, but I don't think we this backwards. Y'all tell me what you think down in the comments. And until next week, I will talk to you guys later. Love God, and make sure you love on your families. Don't let us be out here trying to figure out, are you still married? Are we still waiting to ex-wife? Amen. Hallelujah.
Steady trying to find the
Cause I don't want that simple life.